Hey everyone, welcome back to Rewilding the Future. In today's video, we're diving into the incredible and complex relationship between humans and lions, from ancient history to modern myths. We'll explore the big questions. Are lions really dangerous to humans? Or have humans been more dangerous to lions? And could we one day see lions roaming wild again in Europe and North America? Plus, I'll share my personal thoughts on rewilding these iconic predators and why I believe it could change everything. So grab a seat, open your mind, and let's get started. Africa is the cradle of both lions, Panthera leo, and humans. Lions evolved around 2 million years ago, and early humans evolved shortly afterward. For thousands of years, both species shared the same savannas, rivers, and prey. Early humans sometimes scavenged lion kills, and lions occasionally preyed on vulnerable humans. In many African cultures, lions symbolize royalty, bravery, and divine power. Ancient Egyptian art portrayed lions pulling pharaohs' chariots or guarding temples. Indigenous tribes like the Maasai have long seen lions as both a threat and a sacred challenge, with young warriors traditionally hunting them, now largely symbolic or discontinued for conservation. As agriculture and herding spread, humans killed lions to protect livestock. Colonial-era trophy hunting decimated lion populations. Today, lions are mostly limited to fragmented protected areas, with fewer than 25,000 lions remaining in the wild. However, they are still admired in African storytelling, identity, and symbolism. Europe was once home to the Eurasian cave lion, Panthera spelaea, a now extinct species that roamed from Spain to Russia. Ice Age humans painted cave lions in places like Chauvet Cave, France 30,000 years ago, and even carved lion-headed figurines showing awe and familiarity with these predators. True African lions were imported into ancient Greece and Rome for gladiator fights, royal menageries, and symbolic purposes. Lions became emblems of power, appearing on shields, banners, and coats of arms. The last wild lions in Europe likely survived in Greece or the Balkans until around 100 BCE. Although lions vanished from the wild in Europe, they endured in European culture. Lions appear on national flags, England, Scotland, Norway, statues, Trafalgar Square, and in heraldry as symbols of courage, justice, and strength. Lions once roamed a vast territory across the Middle East, Central Asia, and India. These Asiatic lions, Panthera leo persica, lived from Europe to the Indian subcontinent. They were known to the ancient Persians, Babylonians, and Indians, often appearing in royal and religious art. In Persia, lions were associated with kingship. The famous lion and sun emblem symbolized the monarchy. In India, lions were part of Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain iconography. The lion capital of Ashoka, 3rd century BCE, is today India's national emblem. Due to hunting, habitat loss, and persecution, lions disappeared from most of Asia. The last population survives in Gir Forest, India, where around 900 Asiatic lions live today under strict protection, making them one of the world's most endangered big cats. During the Pleistocene epoch, 2 million to 11,000 years ago, North and South America were home to the massive American lion, Panthera atrox, the largest known cat in history. It was 25% bigger than today's African lion and ranged from Alaska to Patagonia. It likely hunted mammoths, bison, and giant ground sloths. Early humans, Clovis and pre-Clovis cultures, may have competed with American lions for prey or scavenged from each other. No cave art of lions has been found in the Americas, but fossil evidence shows humans coexisted with them until the megafaunal extinction about 11,000 years ago. After Panthera atrox vanished, the ecological niche was partly filled by cougars, puma concolor, often called mountain lions. Native peoples of the Americas respected them deeply, as stealthy, powerful spirits in Inca, Navajo, and other mythologies. Although not true lions, they inherited the symbolic and ecological role of apex predator. Lions typically hunt medium and large-sized ungulates, such as zebras, deer, wildebeests, and buffalo, that provide high caloric returns relative to the effort of the hunt. Humans, by contrast, are bipedal, quick, and often carry tools or weapons, making them difficult and dangerous targets. Moreover, early hominins developed group cooperation, fire, and eventually weapons, spears, bows, which further deterred lions from viewing humans as easy meals. In Africa, lions and humans have coexisted for millennia, but direct conflict zones are limited. Most rural communities learn to avoid lion habitats at night and protect livestock with guarded kraals or deterrents like flashing lights or guard dogs. Protected wildlife reserves often have strict guidelines to minimize encounters. These cultural practices, combined with lions' natural tendency to avoid unfamiliar prey, keep fatal attacks on people relatively uncommon. While inherently powerful predators, lions generally steer clear of humans unless provoked, wounded, or driven by extreme hunger, such as when their usual prey is scarce. Documented cases of man-eating lions, for example the Tsavo man-eaters of 1898, are exceptional and often tied to ecological stressors like drought or disease. On average, lions kill only a handful of people per year across all of Africa, far fewer than many smaller species, for example hippos or elephants, that are more aggressive by nature. Humans pose a far greater danger to lions than vice versa. Habitat loss, trophy hunting, and retaliatory killings for livestock predation have reduced African lion numbers from an estimated 450,000 a century ago to fewer than 25,000 today. Poaching and the bushmeat trade further decimate populations, while fragmentation of their range isolates prides and undermines genetic health. Conservation efforts now focus on community-based programs, protected corridors, and compensation schemes to reduce conflict and stabilize lion numbers. Imagine a world where the roar of the lion once again echoes across the open plains, not only in Africa, but in the wildlands of Europe and the Americas. This is not fantasy, but a scientifically grounded vision for ecological restoration. Rewilding lions, African lions in North and South America, and the endangered Asiatic lions in parts of Europe can heal broken ecosystems, restore balance to nature, and help us rediscover our place in the natural world. Few people realize that lions once thrived across vast parts of Europe and the Americas. The Asiatic lion roamed southeastern Europe and the Middle East until just a few thousand years ago. In the Americas, the American lion, Panthera atrox, a close relative of modern African lions, dominated the plains of North and South America before going extinct at the end of the Ice Age. We are not introducing foreign species. We are reuniting landscapes with apex predators that once shaped them. This is not reintroduction, it is restoration. Lions, like wolves and bears, regulate prey populations, prevent overgrazing, and promote biodiversity. The return of wolves to Yellowstone restored entire ecosystems. Lions can do the same. In regions suffering from deer overpopulation, vegetation collapse, or imbalances caused by human-driven extinction of predators, reintroducing lions would create cascading benefits for plants, insects, birds, and even soil health. Rewilding is not just about lions, it's about reviving life at every level of the ecosystem. The African lion is disappearing, fewer than 25,000 remain, and the Asiatic lion survives only in one Indian forest. We, as global citizens, must act. Rewilding offers a bold alternative to extinction, shared stewardship across continents. Just as zoos once protected species in cages, we now have the chance to protect them in freedom, in real wilderness. Europe and the Americas have vast, recovering wild areas. With careful planning, scientific oversight, and regional partnerships, lions can be introduced into secure reserves and carefully managed rewilding zones, strengthening ecosystems and saving a species. Rewilded lions would not only protect biodiversity, they would also drive ecotourism, education, and global cooperation. Nature reserves and lion parks in Europe or the Americas could inspire millions, generate sustainable revenue, and provide unique research and conservation opportunities. Rewilding would transform our landscapes into living classrooms, teaching future generations about courage, coexistence, and the power of restoration. We have rewilded wolves in Germany, bears in the Pyrenees, and bison across Eastern Europe. We are rebuilding wetlands and forests. Now we must take the next bold step. Lions are not just symbols of power, they are partners in the renewal of Earth's great ecosystems. To the people and policymakers of Europe and the Americas, this is not a dream. It is a plan rooted in science, responsibility, and hope. Let us work together to bring back the roar, not in zoos, but in the wild. Let us show the world that humanity has the courage not only to protect nature, but to restore it. Backed by ecologists, historians, and conservationists around the world. For more information, studies, and pilot project proposals, please contact your National Rewilding Alliance or environmental agency. Why Europe and America need lions now more than ever. Lions once walked the lands of Europe and the Americas. From the frozen caves of France to the open plains of Patagonia, their presence shaped the land, the prey, and even the hearts of ancient people. But today, there is silence. No roars in the night, no great predators to balance the wild, Only shadows of memory in cave walls, flags, and stories. We have forgotten something vital, and now we must remember. Lions are apex predators. They do more than hunt, they regulate ecosystems. When lions are present, prey populations stay balanced. Grasslands thrive, forests recover, rivers flow cleaner, biodiversity blooms. Without them, ecosystems collapse. We've seen it again and again: overgrazed landscapes, exploding deer populations, vanishing species, and weakened soils. Lions bring back balance, not just for animals, but for entire habitats. We often think of lions as African animals, but they were here. They belonged here. In Europe, the mighty cave lion roamed for hundreds of thousands of years. In America, the great Panthera atrox ruled the plains. These are not strangers. These are lost ancestors of the land. Today we have vast rewilded areas, forest recovering in Eastern Europe, abandoned farmlands across the Balkans, millions of protected acres in North and South America. We have space. We have science. We now need vision and courage. We've rewilded wolves in Yellowstone and Germany. We've brought back bison, lynx, and beavers. We've healed rivers and restored forests. Lions can live in large fenced reserves, carefully managed and ethically introduced. They won't live among cities, but in the vast wild lands we are already restoring. They can teach us, inspire us, and bring life to the land again. Africa's lions are disappearing. The Asiatic lion hangs on by a thread. We, the global community, have the power and the duty to help. Let's not wait for extinction to act. Let's not build a future of empty forests and forgotten predators. Let's give future generations a world that roars again, with hope, life, and wild beauty. To the people of Europe and the Americas, this is not about danger. This is not about fantasy. This is about restoring balance, reviving nature, and taking responsibility for the planet we share. We don't need to ask, what if lions come back? We must ask, what happens if they don't? The lion is not just a symbol. It is a guardian of life, and it's time we brought it home. People tell me we already have wolves, bears, jackals, coyotes, lynx, cougars. Why add lions? They ask, won't lions eat our livestock, our children? Won't they destroy nature, make wolves extinct, chase people from the wild, and even enter our cities? Let's talk about that, honestly. The truth is, lions are not monsters. Yes, they are powerful, but they're also predictable, manageable, and highly avoidant of humans when not provoked or stressed. In modern Africa and India, over 1.5 billion people live on continents with wild lions. Yet fatal lion attacks are extremely rare and usually occur in areas of severe habitat loss, poor governance, or desperation, like droughts that push lions too close to humans. In Gir Forest, India, over 900 Asiatic lions live just kilometers from farming villages without widespread conflict. In fact, local communities take pride in coexisting with them. Why? Because they are involved, respected, and supported. We can and must do the same. When we say rewild lions, we're not talking about throwing lions loose into cities or backyards. We're talking about carefully monitored, large, secure reserves, often fenced, like Yellowstone for lions. Think of it like this. Yellowstone has wolves. Banff has grizzlies. Florida has panthers. Europe has lynx. India has lions and Gir. These animals don't enter cities. They don't eat children. They restore ecosystems and boost local economies through ecotourism. Why should Europe and America be different? Another myth says, lions will ruin the balance. They'll kill the wolves. Bears will vanish. Deer and wild boar will be overhunted. The truth? Lions don't destroy balance. They create it. In Africa, lions coexist with leopards, cheetahs, hyenas, jackals, crocodiles, and wild dogs. In fact, ecosystems with lions are healthier, more diverse, and more resilient. In a properly managed reserve, wolves and lions can occupy different niches. Bears, omnivores by nature, avoid lions but can thrive in shared ranges, just like in India, where sloth bears and lions coexist. Prey like deer and boar will stay alert, move more, and avoid overgrazing, helping forests regenerate. And as for humans hunting less, that's not a bad thing. Let lions be hunters. Let forests recover. Let wildness return. Will lions enter cities? No. Not if we do this right. Every rewilding project will include strong fences or natural barriers remote, uninhabited regions for release GPS tracking and ranger teams, community involvement, and compensation for rare livestock loss. We've done this with wolves in Yellowstone, lynx in the Carpathians, and even elephants in Kenya. It works when done with respect, care, and science. We must ask ourselves, do we want a world of ghost forests, silent valleys, and memory museums of extinct species? Or do we want a world that roars again? Lions aren't the enemy. Extinction is. Apathy is. Silence is. Rewilding lions is not about danger. It's about restoration, respect, and reconnection with the wild spirit of this earth. Europe and America were once wild and proud of it. We had courage, we had connection, we had lions. It's time we found that courage again. Not fear, not fantasy, future. The lion is not a threat. It is a test of our vision, our maturity, and our commitment to this planet. Let's pass that test. Let's rewild the future. Let's ask ourselves truly and honestly, what kind of future do we want? Is it a future of abundance, balance, and wonder, where children walk through forests knowing the world is alive, where rivers run full and skies echo with the calls of life? Or is it a future of silence, where our wild places are just memories, where no predator walks free, where we are the only apex species left, alone and poorer for it? The future can't just be an earth made of farms, cities, and concrete. It must include the wild, the mysterious, the beautiful, not just in Africa, not just in documentaries, but here, in Europe, in the Americas, in our own backyards. We must learn to share this planet again, not dominate it. Lions are part of that story. A healthy future is a wild one. Rewilding isn't just about animals, it's about us. It's about healing our broken bond with nature. It's about restoring what we destroyed and choosing humility over control. When we bring back lions, carefully, wisely, ethically, we're not just restoring nature. We're restoring something in ourselves. We're saying, we want a world with room for life. We believe the future can be better than the past. We're ready to be guardians, not conquerors. The future is not written. It's decided by what we choose today. We can choose fear, or we can choose courage. We can choose silence, or we can choose to roar. Let's choose to restore. Let's choose to rewild. Let's choose to bring the lions home. Not for nostalgia, not for fantasy, but because the future needs them, because we need them. Now that we've dreamed of a wilder, richer future, let's talk about how we actually make it real. Because rewilding lions isn't science fiction. It's possible, it's achievable, and it's already being prepared by scientists, ecologists, and visionaries around the world. But it must be done wisely, gradually, and together with the people. Here's how we rewild lions, the right way. Start with protected reserves. We don't release lions everywhere. We begin with large, remote, enclosed or semi-enclosed reserves, hundreds or thousands of square kilometers, similar to African game parks or Yellowstone. Places where human population is low prey species are plentiful, like deer, elk, wild boar, bison. Habitat is healthy rangers and wildlife experts can monitor and respond quickly. Examples: Northern Rockies, Black Hills, or Great Plains in the U.S. Carpathian Mountains, Iberian Peninsula, or Balkans in Europe. Lions keep herbivores in check. They help prevent overgrazing, protect young forests, and create a cascade of balance in nature. But this only works if their prey, like red deer, wild boar, and elk, are thriving first. So before lions return, we restore herbivore populations and protect ecosystems. Every rewilded lion would be GPS tracked, monitored daily by rangers and researchers. This technology allows us to predict and prevent conflict, study behavior, quickly intervene if they stray too close to people. Wildlife corridors, natural barriers, and fencing can further protect nearby towns and farms. You might ask, even if it's possible, is it livable? Yes, and here's how. Community involvement is everything. Rewilding must never be forced. It must be done with the consent and partnership of local communities. That means fair compensation for rare livestock loss, investment in local ecotourism, education about lion behavior, creating jobs as rangers, guides, and park staff. When people benefit from lions, they protect lions. Livestock protection works. In Africa and India, farmers use with thorn fencing, guard dogs, and night enclosures, noisemakers, solar lights, or even decoy eyes to keep lions away. These low-cost solutions dramatically reduce conflict. We can implement even better versions, backed by modern innovation, here in Europe and America. We already coexist with predators right now. Millions of people hike in bear country. Wolves roam the forests of Spain, Italy, and Montana. Cougars live just outside Los Angeles. With smart precautions, lions can be less dangerous than cars or hunting rifles. It's not about eliminating risk, it's about managing it responsibly. Rewilding lions is not about fear. It's about respect for the land, the animals, and the people who live there. It's not about returning to the past. It's about creating a better future, where nature is alive, People are connected, and the lion once again has a place, not as a terror, but as a symbol of strength and harmony. If we can live with cars that kill millions a year, if we can live with weapons, cities, pollution, surely we can learn to live with lions peacefully, beautifully, and wisely. It's a common myth. Lions are African animals. They can't survive the cold climates of Europe or North America. But history and biology tell us something very different. Lions once lived in cold climates. For thousands of years, lions roamed across Europe, Russia, and even the icy plains of Alaska and the Yukon. These were the cave lions and Eurasian steppe lions, genetic cousins of modern African and Asiatic lions. They hunted mammoths, bison, and deer in snowy environments, and their fossils have been found deep in the frozen soils of Siberia, Germany, France, and Canada. These lions were adapted to cold, just like modern lions can be. Modern lions are more flexible than you think. Today, lions in Africa already experience cold mountain nights in the Ethiopian highlands, frost in the Kalahari Desert, snow in the Drakensberg Mountains of South Africa. Asiatic lions in India face chilly winters, monsoons, and extreme temperature shifts. With a thicker coat, proper shelter, and natural adaptation, lions can survive and even thrive in temperate and snowy environments. And if needed, we can support them with winter dens, supplemental food in extreme weather, gradual acclimatization just like we do with wolves, bears, and bison. It's not about releasing them everywhere. We're not talking about putting lions in downtown Oslo or suburban Ohio. We're talking about carefully chosen reserves with the right conditions, plenty of space, prey, and protection. Lions don't fear snow, they fear extinction. For too long, we've lived in a world growing quieter. The forests are fading, the wild ones are gone. And with them, something in us has gone missing too. But now, we stand at a turning point, a chance to change course, to bring back not just the lion, but the courage, balance, and purpose it represents. This is about what kind of species we are. Do we continue to dominate, tame, and reduce the world until it's only cities and farms? Or do we rise to something greater? Do we dare to share this earth again with beings who once ruled it with us? You don't have to be a billionaire. You don't have to be a politician. But you can be part of this movement right now. Speak up. Share this message. Let people know it's possible. Support rewilding projects. Volunteer, donate, or connect with wildlife organizations. Vote for nature. Pressure leaders to prioritize rewilding and protected lands. Imagine again. Reawaken your wild soul. Inspire others to do the same. We are not the first to dream of lions in the mist. Our ancestors walked with them, feared them, painted them on cave wall, and lived beside them. Now it's our turn. Not to conquer the lion, but to invite it home. And when we do, the earth will be richer, more honest, more whole. We will hear the roar again. Not just in the grasslands, but inside ourselves. This is Rewilding the Future. Subscribe, share, and join the pride. And the future starts with us. See you in the next episode of Rewilding the Future.